How are you doing?
I'm
So
good.
what are you supposed to be?
I'm a skeleton cat. I don't know. I just figured I'll be festive since it's Halloween.
Yeah, don't you have to take the kids trick-or-treating tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yes. Yes, we'll be doing that. We'll be
Okay.
doing that. Thank goodness it stopped raining and hopefully it'll be a little warmer, but they at least two of them have like warm plushy costumes. So at least
Uh,
they'll be
what what
warm.
what are they going as?
So Oliver is gonna be a dragon.
Okay.
And Malik, so at school they're doing this thing where it's not actually Halloween, just to be like not be weird, I guess, so nobody gets to be upset. It's called Book Character Day. So you have to have a book and dress up as something based on what's on the book cover or what's inside the book. So Malik has a firefighter book and he's going as a firefighter. And Oliver's book is Zog, the friendly dragon. So he's gonna be the friendly dragon. But later for Halloween, I'm pretty sure they're gonna change again. So they have like all the superheroes and all the Star Wars characters, they've got all their favorites. So
That's good. That's good. That's good. It's gonna be fun for y'all tomorrow. That's
yeah, we
good
don't
though.
live in a neighborhood, so it was one of those things where I have to like mooch off of my friends' neighborhoods and
Oh,
because we
you're
don't have neighbors to ask for candy.
uh,
Like,
you're going to go mooch on somebody else's neighbor. You're going into their territory. You're gonna start a
mhm,
war. Oh my God,
right.
wouldn't that be a good movie idea? Like a kids movie?
Listen, kids' movies. I have to send you. I didn't even send it to you yet. So, right after our premiere, I was filming, and I was filming for so many consecutive days and nights that
Hmm.
my kids were missing me so bad. They were like, "Mom, what are you doing?" So I tried to explain to them what filmmaking really is, because they don't understand the concept that you're like filming everything 30 times from different perspectives and then editing it all together. So I was like, why don't we just make a short film? Like they asked me, like, can we make a film? And we made a short, like little comedy skit. It's like 2.5 minutes long with
Oh yeah,
them
you
as
got you got to
actors.
show me.
So
You got
cute.
you got to show me. You got to show me. But the Halloween idea, I think that's a good one. We need to build. We need to
Yes, let's
talk.
do it.
Yeah, I think
Like
that's a.
Romeo and Juliet, but Halloween.
No, I'm talking about kids. Like like your situation. Like you guys don't have a neighborhood, but then you're mooching on somebody else's neighborhood, and they're like, nah, nah, nah. This is gonna start a war. So you got families, houses like going to war with each other and stuff like that.
Throwing eggs at each other and toilet paper rolls.
Exactly. Something look fun for the kids. I think that's a good idea. That just popped into that was a good one. That's a good one. This is what you're gonna wear tomorrow when you take the
No, listen, I have been a cosplayer for years. I have that business where I like visit children as princesses. So I don't
Mhm.
know. It kind of depends on what my kids end up doing because if I can convince them, each one of them has that warm plushy dragon suit. So if I can convince them to all wear those dragon suits, I'm gonna go as Khaleesi, the mother of dragons,
Oh,
naturally.
okay.
But I have Wednesday. I kind of like the Wednesday Adams dress again. And, I have all the princesses. So if Ellie wants to be a princess, she might want to be Elsa. And I'll be Anna and all that. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
Play it in the morning.
You kind of froze up a little bit.
Yeah. How about you? You're not
I'm
trick or
good.
treating, I'm guessing.
No, no, I'm working. Actually, they got me working tomorrow because a couple of the other workers they got kids and they
Okay.
go trick-or-treating, so they got me to work.
Right. Right.
I'm like,
So
wait a minute now, just
work
because I don't have kids is that don't mean I'm expendable.
being
Like I want
punished.
how
You're
about I
being
want to go
punished.
trick-or-treating for myself?
Uh-huh. Yeah, you can do that in trick-or-treating for tips and just wear a cute outfit, like a cute
Nah,
Halloween.
nah, dude. I'm just gonna just go work and just make it a fun night and keep
I
it
don't
moving.
know how much tip you would get if you wore cute cat ears. You don't know.
You know what? They're probably gonna have. They had that last year. They had like the little cat ears. I didn't wear it, but they probably have something like that tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. But I'm not gonna put anything on. I'm just gonna just go as.
Like
I'm gonna
that.
wear. I'm going as Bola. How about that? That's a costume unto itself.
Very, very, very original.
Yeah, yeah. I
Nobody else is gonna wear it.
That's that makes it very unique. It costs a lot of
Exactly.
money
Yeah.
to be bowler. Exactly. It costs a lot. Well, I was gonna ask you the movie when you when wait, how y'all dropping that movie? Is it on YouTube?
What?
The short film, not the one with the kids, the one you did.
The marketplace?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
When it comes out, I'm considering YouTube. I'm considering Vimeo and all of those. I have not really looked into distribution yet and whether or not if I distribute it already on YouTube and stuff, does that eliminate me from festivals? Like, do I
Mm,
have to wait for the festival? I don't know. So I'm working on that still. I'm kind of trying to figure that out if that's
yeah. I mean,
something.
I'll say just enter it into film festivals and just and then but how are they gonna know if you put it on YouTube? How are they gonna know?
I don't know.
How are
Probably
they
not.
gonna
They're not going to double check, probably.
Yeah, they got
Yeah,
too
we'll
many videos to go start checking like this is on YouTube.
post
I
it.
don't know. But anyway,
Do you see the poster?
let's
Right
get
here, right here,
what's
right
that?
here.
Is
My
that the
movie poster.
poster?
Yeah. Can you see it?
Oh, okay.
Can you see it? I can't really,
Mm,
right?
I can
Yeah.
see that's you and the TV the film hubby. Okay, okay. Good, good,
The
good.
glare, it's very shiny.
That's good. I can see it. I can see it. That's good.
Cool, right?
Yeah, you're gonna frame it?
Yeah, it's an awkward size. She kind of said it's not the standard movie poster size, so I probably got to get like a custom frame for it, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird
I,
to have my own picture this big on the wall, but
you know what? I'm thinking of doing that for all my film posters. I've not done that.
right?
Like get the poster for all of them and frame it and just have them on my wall.
Yes.
So at least I know that,
What
you
I
know
was
what, I've
thinking,
done
the ones
something.
that I made, exactly. The ones that
Yeah.
I've made, I want to hang up, but like unfortunately, I'm actually on this one. It's kind of weird. I don't know why.
Hey,
Doesn't
doesn't
feel
matter.
right.
Just post it. Anyway, kick us off, Marty.
Hi, and welcome back to Movie Unboxing with Marty and Bola. We are two filmmakers, and out of a passion, we talk about a movie each week and unbox it, talking about what makes it tick from a filmmaker's perspective.
And for this film, for this week, we're talking about The Others, the horror, gothic horror film. It
Halloween
was,
special.
yeah, it was released in 2001. I remember when it was released. I was still in college I'm aging myself now, but I was in college at the time. Called The Others. It's starring Nicole
She was
Kidman.
my age when she was in it, I think. Like, that's
Really?
crazy. Watching her last night, I was like, gosh, how are you this beautiful?
Stars Nicole Kidman,
Yeah.
uh, Finola Flanagan, and Christopher Eccleston. It was written and directed by Alejandro Amanaba. He's a Chilean and he's a Chilean film director. I looked him up.
Partially
Yes.
produced by Tom Cruise. I saw that. I was like, that's right. They were still an item at the time, weren't
No, no,
they?
no, no, no. They were separating at the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's why I remember the premiere of it. They came separate.
Mm,
Yeah, I remember. I remember. They came separately. But obviously, I think the film was went into production when they were still together, obviously. But
right.
by the
That
time it
sounds
was
like,
released,
yeah.
yeah, by the time it was released, they were already beginning the separation. So,
Hmm.
and they came to the premiere separately. So I vividly remember that. That's why when I saw that he produced it, I was like, I remember that he produced this film. But yeah, so it's a gothic thriller, and the movie is really about this woman. She's Nicole Kidman, Stewart. They live in some kind of like a mansion on the Jersey Islands. It's off of the coast of England. It's a British territory, and this is right after World War II. And she
Mm.
lives. These three house a maid, housekeeper, and the groundskeeper, a man and two women, one older, one younger, two old people, one older woman, one older man, and a younger girl. They come and they heard about an application for house help, so they come in and Nicole Kidman hires them, but and then she has two kids, two younger kids, a boy and a girl. The girl is a little bit older. She's a little feisty and stuff like that. The boy is a little
Reminds me of my son.
uh, the boy is very he's a
Innocent.
little boy, shy and still trying to find his way as a boy. Um, but things are beginning. She has things are a little eerie in the house. You know what I'm saying? Because the daughter is saying like there's a Vic that she's talking to somebody called Victor and
Yeah,
and
seeing and hearing people. The mom from the beginning seems just crazy a little bit, just
yeah.
just
Well,
crazy.
not well. Let's talk about the craziness because I think immediately we quickly discover the type of person she is. She's so particular. Doors have to be locked. The curtains have to be pulled. She seems like she's the type of mom that will be, them that, hey, get that done right now. Okay, I'll get it done, mom. No, you can get it done now. Get it done right now. The cupboards, everything has to be arranged properly. She's very, is it neurotic or something like that?
Yep, neurotic is a very good word.
Yeah, she has to, everything has to be precise. Everything has to be done the way she wants it done and done at the time that she wants it done. So I think that tells us a little bit of her character just right there. I also think, and people like that can go mad. They're very emotional. When things don't go their way, they go from zero to high
Snap
octane,
easily.
snap easily. And we saw a little bit of that, when she thought that the
Yeah.
curtains were pulled and or the doors were left open, and she just started snapping on everybody. And the housemaid is like, "Ma'am, what are you screaming?" And I was like, "Calm down." Like she's trying to calm him down and
She's
stuff like.
so cute with her little Irish accent. Or
That's the
Scottish.
mom. That's the mom from Four Brothers.
Oh, okay.
You've seen Four Brothers with Mark Wahlberg, and yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
I
mom.
I knew I knew I've recognized her. I looked her up, and then when I saw her name, I was like, that name does not sound familiar at all.
Yeah, yeah. I
But
didn't know her name, but I just looked her up, and I was like, oh, that's the mom
the
from Four
faces,
Brothers.
yeah.
That's the mom from Four Brothers.
Yeah.
So essentially, they're living in this home that's it's probably been passed down from aristocratic family over the years, and
Huge
their
house. Like, I mean, you
it's pretty.
couldn't visit all the rooms all at once.
Yeah,
Like
and
it.
it seems empty.
Mhm.
It's a very empty home. Um, and I think I know we're gonna touch on it, but I think we got to start on that. I just love the way the director uses light and darkness
Mhm.
to portray the mystery of what is going on in this house,
Mhm.
and you think
Mm.
and it's not your classic horror
Even
film.
though all the curtains are always pulled,
Mhm.
you do see the difference between night and day, which I thought was very interesting.
Yeah, and in the darkness, especially like kind of like in this background right here, you think something's about to pop out, but nothing pops out. And you're wondering like why is nothing popping out? Because I remember when I first watched it, I'm expecting ghosts to pop.
You're constantly expecting jump scares of some sort.
No jump scares, no nothing. It's
Mhm.
just, and I think,
It wasn't necessary because look how interesting it is. We've rewatched it now, right? So we've
mhm.
seen it. We obviously know where this is going. We know the ending, and despite of everything, it was thrilling the whole time.
I was scared. I was still, even though I knew what was going to happen, I was still scared. And it it to me, I think it's it. I know this might be like jumping ahead. I think it might be the greatest horror film I've ever seen.
Mhm.
It's done well to the point that you didn't need anything to make you scared. It's just the fact that it was mostly silent, light and dark,
You're stressed the whole time, yeah.
and you were stressed the whole time, like what is about to pop out? And because the
Okay,
girl
I have to say, including children always makes horror even more horror. There's
and I
something about children. And
and you
she, the
said
little
that
girl, was a very good actress. She did very well,
mhm.
which is not always the case, mind you. Even in very good high budget movies, the children are never guaranteed to be very good. She was very good and she was very convincing. And just the kids even telling each other stories, even that built the tension, built the suspense.
And another thing I noticed about everyone's appearance, they looked very white.
Yes, I think they were painted, except for she's always pale, but the little kids looked like
They
they were
look
black and white.
very pale. I know this
Yeah.
is the first time I'm noticing. I'm like, and I think, and I was thinking, is that adding to the fact that he's alluding to like what they are?
Yes, I think so. I think so. But
Okay,
also remember, even before, they do have this photo, what is it?
the Book of the Dead.
Photosensitivity.
Which
Oh,
oh, the light sensitivity.
yeah,
Okay,
so
so
they were not allowed to ever see sunlight. So they would look dead,
okay,
essentially.
so and essentially, and this movie, and that one reason why I think also this is one of the greatest horror films, if not to me the best horror film I've ever seen. It told the story from the point of view of the ghosts.
Of the poltergeist. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Like, essentially, it was just so cool to
it
think about the fact that you don't even for a second, up until the end, think about the fact that this Victor boy
is the
can't
human
sleep at night because he can hear the ghost.
ghost in
You
his
know what
bed,
I
and
mean?
he's
Yeah.
telling them, "Get out of my bed," and they're like, "No, this is my bed. You're spoiled," and you know what I'm saying, and you're just like, "Wait a minute, what the hell?" And the in the bedroom scene when the two kids are sleeping, and she's like, "Victor is the one, he's there." They really do show Victor's hand. And that's the only time we see what appears to be the ghost. But actually, at the end, we know that Victor and his family are not the ghost. They're the humans living there. And Nicole Kidman and her two kids are the ghosts. And I
Yeah.
think I've never seen, I don't think there's ever been any movie up until that point that has shown the ghost story, shown the
Before,
story
after
from,
that, I don't know. I
I
don't
don't,
know that I've ever seen, especially this level where they're not aware of this. But then
okay,
also
so,
it brings up, so she's talking about limbo a lot. She's talking
mhm,
about purgatory. And then at the end, when they decide sort of to accept what happened, right? They accept because she's in denial. She's in denial this whole time, and the kids are scared or even lack understanding of what really happened, right?
mhm.
She's in denial that all of this happened. And you would think once she accepts it, it would let them move on. But she chooses not to move on. She chooses this is our house. Nobody can make us leave. She chooses to stay there and be a poltergeist, essentially. You know what I mean?
but, 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 but then the poltergeist, I don't think they're going to disturb whoever comes in next.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. Unless
I
they're
think
unless
they're
they're mean.
absolutely kicking them out.
No, unless they're mean people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If they see bad behavior from them, they'll be like, okay, these people are bad. Let's get them out of here. But if they have like a loving family coming in and they're all, loving people and stuff like that, I think they'll keep to themselves for the most part. And she will discipline the kids like, don't disturb them. Let them live their lives and
It's
we'll just
possible.
we'll just stay. Because I think at the end she realized what she did and she apologized to them like, I am so sorry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, because
She doesn't
it,
say it, but I think that's when she hugged them, it was
yeah,
like,
I
I
know,
am so
absolutely. And I
sorry.
think the whole point that she was in such denial about everything, and I mean, she literally couldn't
It,
live with it for a second that she did that.
mm,
Um, the denial was part of the fact that she could never really face the fact what she did and what happened. But
yeah,
it was one of those things where I think I don't know. It felt to me like how she said at the end, "This is our house and nobody can make us leave." It felt like it was a decision that they were going to live there, and so if anybody else came, they'd have to put up with their shit or leave again. You know what I mean?
yeah. So I mean I agree with that, but I still think that they would keep to themselves and
It's
not
not trying to purposefully like scare
like
and
further,
out.
because
No,
they've
but like
just
like you see the way this story unfolded, it's sort of telling us the story that if you ever hear and encounter a poltergeist, they're not necessarily evil, they're not out to get you, they just live there, and so sometimes you hear them.
and sometimes they don't know that
Yeah,
they're ghosts.
that
They
you're
just
there.
they
Yeah,
just think you're the ghost. Like, what are you doing here? You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
So
Because
essentially, ultimately, it kind of tells you that maybe like the story tells you that the ghosts aren't bad. They just have to be somewhere too. And the way I took the story, especially if the husband returning, is that you you stay where you die. So he came to say goodbye to his family, but he had to go back to the front, which is where he died at war, because she's like, war is over. Why are you
Yeah,
going back there?
and he
That's
doesn't
where
know that he doesn't know he's dead.
it looked like it, right? It looked
Yeah, he
like he,
didn't.
yeah.
He's
But
just
I
he's
think at
just
the end, it looked like he's realized it.
him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think what did I don't know. I think he I think he's just having I think he's just having like, post-traumatic stress from coming back from the war and stuff
Maybe.
like that. And I think he's been, trying to find his way back home and stuff like that. So it's almost like you've seen the movie Ghost, right, with Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore and Whoopi Goldberg.
Long, long time ago. I don't
So
remember much.
when you get killed in that movie, it's like your ghost just quickly pops out to where you don't realize that you're dead. So I think that's the situation they all went through. Like immediately they got killed. She killed her children by smothering them in the bed, and their spirit just popped out, and then she shot herself. But they didn't realize that it's all over, that their
No,
ghost
that's
is dead.
how she was saying it too. Like that she woke up and she heard them giggle in the bed. So she thought that was her chance. She got a second chance. She's
Mm,
never gonna hurt them again, kind of, you know? But it's interesting, by the way, because you're saying smothering, right? So there's two scenes leading up to us finding out what happened, two scenes in which they are talking so actively and so vividly about breathing.
mm.
Don't breathe like that. Stop breathing. Two
That can and
situations where they
so
did that
when she was at the dinner table.
at the dinner table. And then one time when the two kids are hiding in the closet and the sister tells her brother, stop breathing. But it's interesting on two levels. First of all, because they die of suffocation.
Mhm.
So stop breathing. And second of all, they're ghosts. So I think the assumption would be that they are no longer breathing, right?
Yeah, but they don't know that they're ghosts. They still
You know what
breathe.
I mean?
They
I
st
know, but it was interesting. I think it was sort of like a foreshadowing thing for you to
yeah.
kind of catch on, you know?
And another
It was
thing,
very it was very artistically like some of the like little cues of what's actually happened
mhm.
popping up here and there, trying to tell you the story from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, see if you
So
can figure it
in
out.
the beginning, when she screamed, was that her waking up, realizing that, oh,
I think
I
so.
that was
Either that or she's been having nightmares of that
of,
night
of that night?
every day. Yeah.
Okay. I think she's been having nightmares of it then, because I don't think that was her waking up after she killed herself or something
Immediately. Yeah, no,
immediately.
I think there's a couple of days went by.
Yeah. And then
But
let's
not too
talk.
many days because remember the all those people left and she sent out the letter and the letter got never picked up
Yeah.
and they came like it wasn't that much not that much time's
So
passed. They
those
haven't
those
been dead
serv
for that
th
long,
those
sort of.
servants that left, did they witness what happened? So they just left.
See, that's what I'm wondering. I'm not sure. It's either that or they left, which drove her even more mad. She was so stressed, she snapped on her children.
So she left. They left
Or did they
because
leave because who are they going to serve if she's dead?
okay. Let's look at this scenario. What if they left because there's no man in the house and there's no money coming in
Mm-hmm.
to pay them, and they just say, "Fuck it, I'm gone. I'm going to go get another job," and then that all adds to the stress that no
And
husband is in
then
the
to
house.
her suspecting that the husband probably died at war because she's not hearing from
She's
him.
not hearing nothing from him. She's stressed out, and I think she's already have mental and emotional issues leading up to this.
No, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. And neurotic stuff. So her kids are too loud, and at one point she just can't take it anymore.
yeah. So she's already having emotional and mental issues, and that's something I wanted to I wanted to touch on because I think
Mhm.
that's I just watching it again. I just realized that oh, she's emotionally, mentally, she has problems. Say even before leading up, even before she actually killed them, she's already had symptoms of this issue, which is why I think the husband was asking her like, she told me. She told me what happened, and then that's another part. I'm not wondering what is he talking about. She told me that the daughter told him about she killed us because I don't think they knew that until the end that she did it. So it
No,
is.
but she does. The little girl did remember. They did remember the moment that the mom was doing that to them. They just think they survived this because they're too little to understand the concept.
Mm.
But they do remember that the mom essentially attacked them.
And remember, prior to that scene, she did attack her again when she had
Yeah,
the dress.
exactly.
The,
And
the,
she
the
even said that. She said she's not going to stop until she kills us.
Yeah, she's not gonna stop. Oh, yes. So she,
That
you're right.
plus there was the argument whenever their first breakfast, the first breakfast that the a new servant made. She
Hmm.
was trying to tell the story. She said mom went mad. She's like, nothing happened. Yes, it did. No, nothing happened. Because the little boy's in denial and she remembers that it happened. She just doesn't think it was effective up until
Yeah,
death, so to
yeah.
speak.
Let's talk about the servants. No, before we get to the servants,
Mhm.
let's talk about the Book of the Dead. That is the most
You're right.
terrifying thing to look at. I don't who do you believe any people do that in real life?
I think people used to do that. I really do think people used to do that.
That is the most terrifying and it's
Weird,
sick to me.
right? And I mean, and there's so many children in that book. I don't even want to talk about
Yeah.
that. There's so many
I mean it's
children. There's
just and
babies,
the fact that it was black
babies
and
in
white.
the crib. Like what?
Yeah, it was in
Oh,
black and white too, and I was like, that just made it even very terrifying. Like, what the fuck is this?
right?
Why would you keep something? And I would be like, burn that freaking book, burn it, burn
Yeah,
that
that's what
thing.
she said, right? Like, get this
Yeah,
out of my house. I don't want this here.
but then there was
Silence.
another book. There were more pictures, and that's when she discovered that the three servants, they're
Okay.
dead. They're dead.
Yeah.
I mean, the way they were just lined, they were just there, just lined up. I'm like, when I first saw it, I was like, you have got to be kidding me. They're dead. And then the way they looked outside, and then the kids was like, come
It was
over here.
so well done.
Yeah,
It was
they're like,
so well done.
she found the grave and she like, they're dead. Come over here. And then, oh my God, that was terrifying. That was brilliantly done. That was very, but they didn't have to do much to scare us. That's what I said. This was so brilliantly done. This,
It's very well done.
yeah.
Also, like my favorite camera. So a lot of interesting camera angles. A lot of very, very interesting camera angles. The one jumped out to me, which is when the kids are screaming. Oh shit. The kids are screaming upstairs, and you have the camera from top down onto the bottom of the stairs. She's standing at the bottom of the stairs looking up, but she's not going for them. Like, why are you just standing there? But the
Mm,
camera angle is so good. And then one of my favorite scenes, like camera wise,
mm,
was when she's complaining that somebody is running upstairs.
mm-hmm.
And then you have the camera basically be the ceiling, go over the chandelier, like go
Yeah, yeah,
over
yeah.
the shaky chandelier and the like it's the steps. The camera is the steps. It
Yeah.
was so well done. And she's like down there freaking out that it's the girl, looks out the window, the girl's outside. It's like, who the
Goes
fuck is up there?
outside.
Like it was so well done. Like it was
And don't
really
you, speaking about that girl, she's numb. I think she was numb because she found out that she's dead.
yes.
I think that's why she went numb. She's like, oh,
Yes.
and she just, and but they died in the tuberculosis crisis in the late 1800s. So that's how they died. And so I think she's been trying to tell her, the maid has been trying to tell her that, something's like, let me tell you what's going on here. But the mom is just being too
No,
frantic
but it
and
almost feels like it's like an unspoken rule of the dead that you have to like let them get to it themselves. Because it was like she could have told her from the beginning. It's not something that you, I think, necessarily talk about. And it might be because think about it, she would not believe it and she would have a freak out.
yeah,
She needs to
because
get to it herself.
remember when the old man went into the shed with them, and she was like, and he was like, "Well, do you think we should tell them now?" She's like, "No, all in due course. This it'll take
Yeah,
it's any day now. This will
we'll
they
figure it
would
out.
So why did those three come back to the house?
I think it's because the souls or ghosts or whatever stay where they died. And essentially they probably were at that house before the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
But when she was alive with the kids, they didn't see each other, right? They're technically not seeing each other. The
Hmm.
reason the reason they saw the people was because they brought a freaking witch
Uh,
that was trying to communicate with the
yeah,
other the world. So
but
essentially, they were probably there. They probably know how to tiptoe around her to not make too much ruckus. But once they're dead and they're in the same universe, essentially,
mhm.
they
They
came
could
back
see.
as, hey, we're your servants now because they see each other. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
it makes sense. It makes sense now. So, but my thing is, why, in coming back, were they trying to like help ease them into this world? Like, okay, they
I
don't
think so.
know
I think so.
because most
Because
of
she
them don't
decided
know.
we need to all coexist somehow, but you
Yeah.
don't know what's happening yet.
So how come they're the only ones that came back? Where are the other ones that have died? When they
The
went,
other
they didn't die there. They
they
didn't bury them there.
gone because I think that's what I was saying. Like it feels like some people just move on and others
Stay.
stay stuck in that world and that
And which explains the husband
limbo.
going back to going back to war, thinking the war is still going on, like he's going back and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think my favorite scene was when she had the kids with her, hugging them, and they were crying. And when they finally realized what she did,
Mhm.
and she doesn't say it, but you can tell she's apologizing to them, like,
Yeah, and the acting I can't stress enough is impeccable, of
yeah,
course.
Nicole Kidman is just, one of the best. And this just having them there and just telling them, just you can just see that, I'm so sorry I did this. I'm so sorry. Can you kids forgive me? Because now we're stuck in limbo. We don't, where are we gonna go? And then when the son says, Daddy, then they realize, oh, Daddy died in the war then. If we see him, what I'm saying? That means he died in the war. And she finally
But how
accepted.
heartbreaking that they can't at least be together as a family, right?
Yeah, because not only is he dead and still stuck in the war, he's mentally and emotionally broken in terms of from the war. So he can't even if he was alive and even if this was like a normal story and he came back, as
He
a living
functioned
person, he won't be able to function as a dad
as
as
a
a husband
family
because
man. Yeah.
yeah, he was completely broken and so yeah, I think that he was already broken and stuff like that. So that was my favorite scene because I just felt like um she her mental and emotional thing just brought her to that point where she just killed her kids and herself, and I think she has been healed by
Mhm.
accepting what happened, and now as they move on,
When
there's
they
no
step into the light, it feels like she's gonna let go of some of her neurotic behavior
yeah,
because this light
because it
and
doesn't affect you.
no more
You're
consequences like that.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, you're dead. So the kids are free to just do what they want. I think the family left, right? That the family
Yeah,
that
that
was,
that family left and they put the for sale sign back up, so other people are gonna be coming. They were talking about that.
oh man, that's crazy. That is, yeah, that was brilliantly done. I'm so, you talked about the camera angles. I was mostly focused on how the use of light was just how it was just used, the darkness and then the light and just how they played off each other and how they just, and you were thinking something's about to pop out, but nothing pops out. But yet you were on the edge of your seat, like, oh my
Constantly
God,
terrified.
it was terrifying. It was, and I think this is one of the proof of like this harkens back to the old horror films that you watched when you were growing up. Not a lot of jump scares, not a lot of monsters or anything like that. It was just brilliant camera angles and use of light and silence again. Even though they use some music or some sounds in certain scenes, I think they could have just done this no music at all.
Well, we're actually right now I'm working on Score to finish the marketplace and So I was actively listening to the soundtrack, and there was moments where it sounded a little bit like just you take a cat and it kind of like rolls over the piano. That's kind of like
Yes.
what it
Yeah.
was. You know what I mean?
I because I when I was listening to it, I was like, this stuff is so scary that they don't even need no score, nothing. Just let it play out the way it is, and just
Hearing on
let
its
it
own.
just breathe on its own. Even though the music worked in certain scenes, I think the emotional scenes when you saw like them having like that real family moment, like the mother daughter moments and stuff like that. There was some or when she was talking to the son, giving him to hold the rosary, he's gonna protect you and stuff. Those were okay, but like the other scenes, I would have said no need for music. The silence of the scene is scary enough. Let it
Oh,
play out. Let it play out. So yeah, this movie, I there's not much. It's such a very I think it's such it harkens back to the classic horror films. You don't need a lot of stuff in here to scare people. The simplest thing will scare people, and they did an excellent
and
job.
also it's sort of timeless because if you look back to say like what we watched the Dracula movie versus Nosferatu, like so much has happened technology wise that the monsters back then and the special effects back then were kind of like meh, and now you're watching it again and it's just not the same, right? But this one, because it doesn't have any of that, they're just people in a house, so it's so timeless, it aged so well, you know what I mean?
Hmm. Like you can play
There's
this,
no need of a remake like they did with Nosferatu to
yeah,
like give all the better effects
yeah.
to make
You can you
Dracula look better or whatever.
you can play this 10 years from now, and it will still have the same effect. And the fog, the way the fog came upon her when she was walking down the woods, another terrifying scene because you just be like,
But it
what is
was
a
visually so beautiful.
like that terrified me. Even though I knew what was about to happen, what was coming, I was like, oh my God, what the hell is this? That was very good. But the whole atmosphere outside was so bleak and sad and um and I think that was what the fog was meant for. Like this isn't a happy story. This is a sad story what we're witnessing here. Even though we don't know what's really going on. We just think it's your
But
classic
think
ghost
about
story.
it. Her life was so sad. The husband left her there. She was constantly talking about, and I'm still not really sure why, but she's constantly talking about the fact that she cannot leave. Like, I guess probably because of the children, like, she can't leave. She can't go anywhere. So when her servants left, she was stuck in a giant house away from all of humanity and away from all of life and all of food and everything,
Mm,
with two kids that are allergic to daylight, and she
yeah,
can't go anywhere and she has nobody. She doesn't have phones. She doesn't have a radio. Like, it
that's
just, dude, how do you not go insane?
and I think the lights were cut. She said the lights were cut off because the Germans had already invaded that island or something like that.
Yeah, she said
But
they just got used to living without it
you, you know,
because they
but
had to at one point. And I'm like, okay.
I'm thinking maybe it wasn't paid. The bills weren't paid, and they just cut it off because she's dead. You know what I'm saying? So, I want to know if the servants left before they got killed or after they got killed. That's something they didn't tell us about that. But here's another funny
I
story.
don't think they left. I don't think they ever left. I
The
think she just
servants,
them because she was a human.
you think she what
So
now?
they came back and reintroduced themselves
No, no, no,
after.
no, 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 no. I'm talking about the original servants in the house.
Oh, the original servants.
Yeah,
Oh, the original servants. Yeah, it's
yeah.
probably
I don't know if I,
something.
I don't know if
Well,
there's
she's crazy. You can't forget that. She was a little bit crazy. Not every servant will do that for very long.
so she was the difficult mistress of the house, and then people were just like, I can't deal with this shit. I'm going.
Mhm.
Is that a beer you're drinking?
It's Angry Orchard
Oh, so it's like what apple cider or something like that?
cider. Yeah, I got paid in cider the other day for a film. for Cinos. I'm
Really?
trying to get them out of the house. Yeah, no, they actually paid me too, but still, they
Hey,
stuffed my bag full of Angry Orchards
all right.
afterwards. Like, all
Hey,
right.
good job, good job. So here's a tidbit. There was supposed to be a sequel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's supposed to be set in modern times.
Ooh,
So the thing is
I
they
do that. That sounds
so
fun.
so they I think they did make a deal 2020. So we're still waiting on whether it's gonna happen and stuff like that because I read that there's gonna be a sequel and stuff like that. So I was just like, is it gonna be Nicole? Well, they can't. It has to be a different story, different actors or something like that.
Yeah, the only option would be no, there's two options. There is an option to tell the story of another family trying to move into that house decades later, and she's still freaking there with her kids,
Hmm.
you know,
Or,
or it's a whole other, like just basically doing the same thing, but with a different
but can you pull the same
family.
stunt? You can't pull the same stunt anymore because we've seen it now.
We have seen it, but think of this. We've seen it before, we've watched it again, and it was still just as thrilling.
But can you pull it off for another film? Like tell it from the point of view of the ghosts? Because you have to
But
be. You think you could?
it wouldn't surprise you as much anymore. You would sort of know,
Hmm.
but I think you could still do it. I think you could still do it.
You have to come up with a real twist because the power of this movie, and again, this movie to me, I don't know why it didn't resonate. It wasn't it made a lot of money in the theaters, but it didn't redefine the horror genre as as other horror films have done. It didn't redefine it. It didn't Nobody's talking about it unless maybe you're in the horror community and stuff like that. Nobody's talking about it mainstream and stuff like that. So I'm just like, why didn't this movie resonate that way? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't it? So
People
if you
didn't watch this as much as they did The Sixth Sense, right? And that was the same time, wasn't it?
Sixth Sense came like a year or two earlier. But the
So
Sixth Sense wasn't
maybe
Sixth Sense wasn't horror. That was just more of a thriller. I
no,
mean,
but it was the same twist.
it was the same twist. Yes, it was the same
Maybe
twist. You're
that's
right.
why.
It's the same twist. I don't know
It
if
was
they
like
can.
a time for that twist, sort of. You know what I mean? So maybe
Yeah,
that
I don't know if you can pull this off again because it's such a unique twist that
concept.
yeah, and maybe that's why nobody has done it. At least on the mainstream level, has told the
You make
story.
me you make me want to do it. Like you make me want to do like a fan film version of the others.
I mean, okay, if we were gonna pull this, we're gonna do this. How do we do it? That
Um,
means let's go
so
back to the
here's
house.
the issue, right? If you want to do anything modern times, here's your biggest issue: the internet. It's everywhere. So in order to pull this off, you
Mhm.
have to get people off the grid. You have to put them somewhere in the mountains where there's no service, or you have to put them in a storm. You know what I mean? You have to put them somewhere where they cannot reach out to their families and
So who will be?
friends.
So there will be the ghosts.
Yeah. So you take them, say you put them, similar like the short film that you did. You
Which one?
put them, the Homecoming, I think it was
Homecoming.
called.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So
Yeah.
you got to remember that they will find out immediately that they're dead if they try to call their families. So you have to, for example, take a group that goes to the mountains. They go on a
Okay,
hike or whatever. They
okay.
don't have service on their phones. There's no internet. They go hiking, they go camping or whatever.
Hmm.
Something like that. And then I don't know. They rent an Airbnb and then the next Airbnb people come in and they hunt each other. I don't know.
Hmm.
Because they died hiking in the mountains or some shit. I don't know. That will work.
Hmm.
Damn it! I just gave that away. That's a good story. Let's write it.
Let's table that for next. Let's table that for next year. That's something we have to get. We have to write that down and get maybe get Trey on board and start see how we can pull that out. But all right. So what would you give this movie?
At least the eight.
I give it an A too. It's brilliantly done.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
it,
beautiful too. It's just
it's
visually
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah,
She should be like she had the perfect face always for period pieces too. Like she just fits this like the dresses were beautiful, the hair was beautiful. She like the kids looked adorable in their little like gowns and stuff. Like it was
yeah.
beautiful.
Um,
The
it's funny you
interior.
said that she has a face for the period pieces. I know some. I've been saying it for a while that there's some actors and actresses that do not fit period pieces. So that,
Mhm.
let's take it back to Bram Stoker's Dracula. I think Winona Ryder and Keanu Reeves did not fit that movie.
Really?
No, yeah, they didn't fit it.
I don't know. Winona, she just looked very young. She looked like a child still when she was in that.
It,
But I
it,
think
it,
she's okay.
she didn't fit it. You know what I'm saying? I would have casted, you should have casted somebody else. Both,
She
and
fit in
Keanu,
better than her friend,
no,
that other girl,
that girl was perfect. She could
the
fit in
toothy
anything.
one.
Yes, because that was her role was just to be to be the very outgoing and
I know, but she didn't look like a period person. I don't know how to explain.
nah, she looked
Wrong.
she looked a period person. But anyway, Nicole Kidman, I mean, I don't know if she got nominated for this. I think she did, but obviously she didn't win or anything like that. This was she did a this was a masterful job, the way she performed and what she did here. This was brilliant. And like I said, I give the movie an 8. It was brilliantly done. Um, yeah, the lighting, the camera angles that you talked about, the whole story, and just the twist at the end, and the fact that this has never been done before and probably hasn't been done since because I have not seen any movie on, in at least a big budget movie or anything like that that has done the same thing. But maybe Bola and Marty would come up with something next year and figure something out.
Have an
Yeah,
idea.
we'll see. We got to come up with a number of twists so that we can make it a bit interesting than this one. Especially we've already given this away for people who are gonna listen.
Right.
Will be like, oh,
Maybe
let me write this down.
maybe cut the film
Yeah,
short.
we'll do a couple of twists and stuff. But yeah, so that's well, that's it for this episode. So now we're out of the horror month. Thank you, Jesus Lord. You know what
I
else?
was going to ask you this because I'm actually kind of ready to like brighten the mood a little bit. Like, is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
and
good.
I started looking earlier and I started kind of searching what's new, what's coming out right now and all that stuff. And
Mhm.
I've noticed something actively and I'm going against it. I've noticed that it's just so male lead heavy. And I really want to just watch something refresh. And so I was talking to Josh about it because I was like, he's like, there's something with a female lead, and then it's like a rom-com, right? Or it's like, and if it's action, it's male leads and all that stuff. And I'm like, I just want to watch something with a female that's strong and like an action film or comedy with a woman. And like, so I started thinking about it, and I do you know Melissa McCarthy?
Yeah.
So Melissa McCarthy is like one of my heroes. She's my hero because she's like one like right now one of the most successful Hollywood actresses out there. And she
Mhm.
didn't have to fit any of the cliche like norms, right?
Mhm.
And she's just hysterical. So you can choose essentially. Do you want to watch Spy or Heat?
Wait a minute. What's the lady's name again? Say it again. Melissa McCarthy. Let me see.
Melissa
Okay.
McCarthy.
Oh, okay. 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 Oh, she lost weight recently.
Yes, a lot of it, but
Yeah.
not in these films yet. And I really want to talk about Spy with you. I really want to talk about Spy with you.
Let me
Um,
see. Spy. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
I love that movie. I just absolutely love that movie.
Okay. Let's do Spy for next week.
Okay, it's an action comedy, so it should be refreshing after this heavy, heavy darkness month.
And you know what's so funny about this heavy darkness month? I just started watching the It series on HBO.
Don't do it! Oh my God, I regret everything.
I just started watching the It series, and I'm just like, this is
Oh.
Did you watch it?
Oh,
Don't tell
I
me
don't
because
recommend it.
the
Don't.
beginning part in the car.
Was nothing, nothing compared to the end
Oh God, I'm terrified now.
of that episode.
Oh
But
my
yes,
God.
how? Why do you have to be so graphic? Are we really so desensitized?
Yeah, I don't
Are we
I
so
didn't I don't
desensitized as a society that you have to go so graphic to shock people nowadays?
I don't know why they had to do that. I'm like, there's no need for that. But we'll see how it goes. I just want to know the origins of the clown. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I
Because
don't think they focus on that.
they're not gonna you don't think they're gonna talk about that in this series?
I think they are going to talk about that, but I think you're going to have to watch a lot of other stuff.
They
Maybe
gotta
just
tell.
read the book at this point.
I'm not reading the book now. Because the thing with Stephen King, I don't know. Sometimes some of these books, they're like they get well. My favorite writer is Sidney Sheldon because he gets to the point quickly. Everybody else, a lot of writers, they take a long time to get to the point, and
So I grew up reading a lot of the Stephen King books and I absolutely loved them.
did
Every
you
single I don't think I read a single Stephen King book and didn't like it, but I never read
you
this
read
one.
it? You didn't read it?
I
Did you
never
read it?
read it because it's so big.
Yeah, it was big. I saw it. That and there was another it book,
I just
The
didn't have
Stand.
time.
The Stand. The Stand is probably one of the most voluminous novels out there. It's pretty
Yeah.
big.
But I
They
did
couldn't
read
make
a
that into a movie.
lot
They
of
made
the
that into a
other books.
television
Like there's
series.
like um I can't remember now. I know I know I love the girl. There's so many Langoliers. There's a lot of the Secret Window, Secret Garden. Oh, that was such a good book. And then the movie was really good too. But it's like Stephen King has a very unique writing style. Or Salem about the vampires of Jerusalem, just Salem. His writing is very good and his ideas are very good, but I've always heard is really, really messed up. Like the film that we watched and we talked about was mild compared to what really happens in the book. So
I've
I
heard
don't
that.
need to. I just can't. Like I'm not. I'm too old for this shit.
Okay. Yeah. So, but here's the thing though. Well, you said you never read the It book. The the series is that covered in the book? I don't think you ever covered
I
all of
don't
that.
think so. No, I
Okay.
don't think so. I think that's the new
Just new
I
writers.
mean they have facts probably. They have facts that they're taken out of that book that they couldn't cover in the movies because
Yeah.
there's just so much. It's like you're saying he's not getting to the point. He's something happens and then there's all this backstory and they can use all of that backstory to put that in the show, you know.
Yeah. That's why I never read Game of Thrones because oh, I was like, no.
No, but The Witcher is a very good book, and it is not boring. It is not boring. It's very good. There's a lot of action in it. Like there's a lot of combat, very well written,
Okay.
but the stories kind of get to the point. And I mean, now that you cannot watch The Witcher anymore because they have recast Henry Cavill, and I refuse to watch it, read the books. They're good.
All right. Okay, guys. That's the episode for this week. Join us next week when we would be unboxing the movie Spy, starring Melissa McCarthy.
And Jude
Uh,
Law.
and who?
Jude Law.
Jude Law. Okay, Jude Law.
And Jason Statham.
Jason Statham.
It's a
Jason
good
Statham.
film. It really is. Well
All
cast
right.
and really fun.
So in the meantime, guys, subscribe to the channel. Um, join and sign up for the newsletter. Also, I'm gonna leave the description. I'm gonna leave the link in the description. Leave comments. What do you think about our unboxing of the others? Do you agree with it? And if you've seen
Also,
the others, what do you say?
when is Killer Citizen Spies coming out? Watch that. Look that up. It's coming out.
That's coming out shortly. It's probably gonna be, I'm thinking like December. That's probably the more realistic time is probably going to be coming out
Universal.
streaming and stuff like that. So I'll feed you into that. Look out for Marketplace that's coming out soon. Marty's first foray into the filmmaking world, and she says she's not doing that again.
No. And I already
At,
wrote two more scripts, so shut up.
at least for the
The
few
others.
series, we're gonna do our own others one day.
Yes,
You know
our
what I'm
own
saying?
others. That's what we're
Yeah.
gonna call. Oh
Oh,
no.
no, dude. Okay. All right. So leave comments. Let us know what you think, and we will see you guys next week. Take it easy. Bye bye.